The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics has a number that none of those hype startup videos want to mention. They love talking about the $100 billion market. They love talking about 5 to 7% growth per year. But they ignore one small detail. Out of every 10 cleaning businesses that open, 4 die quietly before they even get to blow out their first birthday candle. 40%, nearly half. They come in with $2,000 in their pocket and a dream in their head, then they leave with a bad back and a pile of unsold chemicals they don't know who to sell to. Where is the death point? Data from the r/small business and r/sweata startup communities shows that month 5 to month 8 is the decisive moment. This is when savings run dry, low-quality clients leave, and the question, what am I doing with my life, starts echoing every morning. This is a typical break-even chart. You start at negative $2,000, money for vacuum cleaners, chemicals, insurance, and running Google ads. Then you crawl up little by little. By month 8, you hit zero. 8 months of working for free to have the privilege of continuing to work for pay. Break-even mountain has no cable car, you have to climb it yourself. And your climbing shoes are a mop. Congratulations, you've invested $2,000 for a chance to work 8 months without pay. Smart investment, this is the paradox of the cleaning industry. Entry is easy, $2,000 is enough. But staying in is much harder than you think, because low barriers mean anyone can get in. And when anyone can get in, the lowest bidder drags the whole market down. You're not competing with big companies. You're competing with the guy next door who just watched the same start with $500 video as you. The initial ease is the most expensive trap in this industry. You think you're buying a business. But really, you're buying a lottery ticket with a 60% chance of winning. And the prize is a full-time manual labor job. This is the holy number you'll see in every ad video, $40 an hour. Sounds appealing. Multiply by 40 hours a week, 50 weeks a year, you get $80,000. Nice, enough to quit your office job, buy a new pickup truck, and call yourself CEO. But there's a small problem. That clock only counts the time you're standing there wiping glass. It doesn't count the time you spend sitting in your car, between jobs, drinking coffee and wondering why Google Maps sent you down a dead end. This is a typical hour of your work dissected. 35 minutes of direct cleaning, that's the paid part. The remaining 25 minutes, driving, replying to messages like "sis please wipe the kitchen corner well," giving free quotes to people who will never call back. Those minutes you're a volunteer. When you count all the time, and I mean all of it, that $80,000 dream shatters. Because of those unpaid hours, a solo cleaner is lucky to actually bill 25 hours a week. So your realistic first-year revenue isn't $80,000. It's about $50,000. And by the way, do you know one of the biggest time eaters? Your car is your hardest working employee and also your highest paid employee, even though it's never held a mop. But that's a story for the next chapter. For now, look at that $50,000 reality and ask yourself, is this why I quit my office job? Welcome to your favorite financial magic show. In my hands is that $50,000 revenue pizza, hot, fragrant, and looking very tasty. You worked hard all year to bake it, and now let's watch it disappear. First slice, chemicals and supplies. Every time you spray cleaning solution, money is literally evaporating. 8 to 10% of revenue, about $4,500 a year, just to buy the stuff that makes homes clean. Clients see the shiny floor and think it's magic. They don't see the supplier bill every month. They also don't see your nose slowly losing its sense of smell from inhaling too much bleach. Second slice, gas. The IRS says each mile you drive costs about 67 cents, including gas, depreciation, and wear and tear. You drive 25,000 miles a year. That's $3,500. Your car is your hardest worker, but it's also your highest paid worker, and it doesn't even know how to wipe glass. Third slice, marketing. Marketing, the thing no one factors in when they're excited to start a business. Running Google ads for the keyword cleaning service near me costs $4 to $8 per click. You need 10 to 20 clicks to get one customer, so your first customer doesn't pay you. They pay Google, you're just the lucky one who gets to clean their house for free. General liability insurance, because you don't want to get sued for accidentally breaking a client's vase. Then equipment depreciation, phone bills, office supplies, and all the little things you don't remember buying. They're small, but they add up well, you see. This is the part everyone hates. After deducting all operating costs, your pizza shrinks to about $34,000. But you're a business owner, so you have to pay self-employment tax, about 15.3%. Plus income tax, total about 25 to 30% of the remainder evaporates. You can't avoid it. The IRS always has a plate ready. And finally, health insurance. When you're an office employee, when you're the boss, you pay all of it. Average $456 a month for a healthy adult. $5,472 a year. Deduct that. And here it is. After everything, after paying for chemicals, gas, Google, the government, and the insurance company, you're left with about $18,000. From $50,000 in revenue. Let's do a small calculation. If you worked 2,000 hours this year for $18,000 in pure profit, your real take-home pay is $9 an hour. If you clean about 500 toilets in a year, then each one pays you about 50 cents. Next time you're scrubbing, look at the toilet and ask yourself, are you worth 50 cents? The answer might make you want to flush one more time. After 1 year of working solo, your back hurts a bit but your spirit is fine. Then you think I should expand, hire some employees, build an empire. This is where the story turns from comedy to horror, but you don't know it yet. Congratulations! You have 5 employees and $250,000 in revenue. You look like a successful entrepreneur on Instagram. But look at the net profit, the number that really matters. When you work solo, your profit margin is around 36%. When you have 5 employees, the margin drops to 10 to 12%. Revenue quintuples, but the money you take home only increases slightly. You just traded simplicity for complexity, and the reward is a pile of new headaches. An employee at $15 an hour actually costs you about $22 an hour after payroll, taxes, insurance, training, and indirect costs. But here's the fun part. They only clean about 80% of what you clean. They don't forget corners, they just don't see them, but your clients do. There's a saying in the industry, toilets don't ask for raises, don't call in sick, and don't forget to clean corners. But employees do. You start with the dream of being the boss, and you end up as a babysitter for a team of adults who don't want to scrub toilets. You're no longer a cleaning business owner. You're an HR manager, a recruiter, a training director, and an unwilling psychologist. Your main job is no longer cleaning, it's managing the cleaners. There's a paradox in this industry. You start a business for freedom, but the more you grow, the more trapped you become. You hire people to lighten the load, but in the end you work more hours, just that those hours are no longer cleaning, but managing. And profit, it doesn't grow exponentially like revenue. It just inches up a little while your stress level skyrockets. Before we get to the final conclusion, let's do a real comparison of opportunity cost. $2,000 in your hand, 2 paths. Path 1, you take a standard job, maybe a barista at Starbucks making $16 an hour. Add health insurance, paid time off, and a 401k match. You take your $2,000 and put it into an S&P 500 index fund, forget about it for 10 years. When you clock out at 5 p.m., your brain clocks out too. No listening to Mrs. Smith complain about a smudge on the glass. Just you, your free time, and your money working for you. Path 2, you start a cleaning business. You hold the CEO title. But you work those same hours, deal with the stress of 20 clients, and as we just calculated, you actually take home about $9 an hour in pure profit. You just invested $2,000 to trade your evenings, your weekends, and your healthy back. For a pay cut, this isn't me telling you not to start a business. This is me telling you to understand opportunity cost. Opportunity cost isn't a textbook concept. It's the evenings you don't have, the backs that are no longer healthy. The dinners alone in your car between shifts. Every choice has its price. It's just that one side pays with patience. The other pays with your time and health. We often praise being your own boss. But few say that sometimes you're just buying yourself a manual labor job with terrible benefits. Retirement and health are left to chance. You trade the single boss at the office for 20 new bosses, each with their own demands, each with their own schedule, and all of them thinking they're your only client. In 2026, we run away from the office to find freedom. But real freedom isn't choosing when to scrub toilets. Freedom is the right to refuse to scrub toilets and still live well. That's financial freedom. What we're doing, we're just trading one dependency for another and calling it starting a business. Laugh if you find it funny. If not, maybe you already understand. So we've gone from jokes about toilets through the shock of the real hourly reality to the moment you realize you might be paying more than you're earning. If you're still here until now, thank you. You're the type of person who dares to look at the truth even when it's not comfortable. I really want to know your answer. Comment below, which path would you choose now that you know the math? Be honest, no one's grading you here. Oh, and if you have a bittersweet story about your first business attempt, share it. I promise to read and maybe laugh with you. If you have a friend who's asking you to invest in a cleaning business with them, send them this video. Think of it as a loving warning. So later you two won't have to sit on a park bench, look at each other, and wonder who came up with that idea. If you like this laugh through tears financial analysis, check out my video breaking down opening a bubble tea shop. where profit margins are thinner than the foam and dreams melt faster than the ice. Link is in the top right corner or in the description below. As for me, I'm still here analyzing numbers so I don't have to clean anyone's house. That's my own investment strategy, not high returns, but my back stays straight.